Welcome to episode 36 of Meet the GIMP. My name is Rolf Steinort and I'm recording this in Bremen, northern Germany. This weekend you find me in a very good mood. First, the Easter vacations have started, and so I have no school for 2.5 weeks. Oh, there's still work to do, but I can do that work on my time, my own time. I can get up and go to sleep when I want to, and don't have to be up at 7:30 in the school. Oh, well, getting up a little bit earlier, of course. Second thing is, I have got a lot of blog reactions and links from you, and Meet the GIMP is now nearly in the 100,000 top 100,000 blogs on Technorati. Not bad if you think that I started out last August in the 8 million range or so. And the third thing is this here. This week, first time the subscriber numbers crossed the 2,000 marks. Now we are in for the weekend slump because a lot of people don't let the computers run through the weekend and have other things, better things to do on the weekend, as recording a show for Meet the GIMP, for example, as I'm doing it now. Okay, this is all giving me a very good and a little bit lazy mood, and today it's time for an image I wanted to do a long time ago. And here it is. It is made by Stuart Martin from New Zealand. And before I go into the details of this image here, let me tell you a little bit about Stuart. He has a website, and he must be a language buff, because he has an incredible collection of links on his site. And if you are into language, just check this out. You can see here everything about English and different flavors of English and other languages too. Definitely a way you have to go if you are doing something in language here. For example, language trees, family trees of languages, and so Latin and a lot of other stuff about languages. It's a great resource. Check it out. You don't have to write down the link now. It's in the show notes at meetthegimp.org under this show. So let's look at the image. You see it here. It's an image Stuart made after he had his camera 3 days and tried to do a long exposure, a night shot. This is the Christmas decoration of his neighbor, and you see this shot isn't really good. The composition is off because you have here this decoration and a big black background, and there is some hefty camera shake. Let me zoom into 100%. You see it here. The camera was set on a tripod, but you see with this jaggies here in the lamps, there has been camera movement. The camera has spent a little bit time here and then moved around until it spent most of the time of the exposure here. Stuart has released the camera with his hands, and so by pushing the button he has moved the camera on the tripod. Tripod. And there are two ways to come around this. First thing is, get a remote release. There are cable releases for a lot of cameras, and infrared, like your remote control for the TV, for other cameras. And if you don't have one or can get one, then just use the self-timer. The self-timer, set it to 2 seconds or so. The self-timer starts when you push the button, and then it makes the picture 2 or 10 seconds or so later. And in this time the shake from pressing the button is gone, and the camera is still on the tripod. And one word for cable releases. If you have Canon or Nikon or one of the other big brands, then you'll find that the cable releases are really expensive. And if you look at eBay, you'll find them for let's say €10 or something around that, perhaps a little bit more expensive. And the brand names costs about 60 or so. And the cheap ones work equally well, because a cable release is nothing but a little switch with 2 positions and a cable and a plug. The problem is the plug, because that's proprietary stuff, at least at Nikon. They are very bad to get. So let's look what we can do with this image. Normally I would say just forget it, but it has something in it that says me, well, let's try it. I have opened the image in UF RAW. Luckily Stuart has shot in RAW, and now I'll try to see what's in there. I don't have the right ICC profile for this camera, and let's just look if it works with my Nikon D200 profile. And well, I should use this here, and the rest is staying there. Okay, and now what can we do? The first thing I want to do is I want to, let me move this over here a bit, I want to get one exposure right for this Christmas decoration. It should have the right lightness, and it should be in the right, a little bit warm color temperature. I'll try to achieve that. And now if you look, I hope it doesn't get lost in the compression while I'm producing the video. If you look here, you see there are bushes, and these bushes or leaves or trees or something behind that, they give a little bit of a creepy atmosphere to this image, and I'll try to get that out of it. But first, the Christmas decoration. I think we don't need that part of this here. Okay, I'm moving you around a little bit here. The first thing is switching off this overexposure warning here, and the first thing I want to change is the color temperature. It's a little bit too warm, I think. For getting it colder, I have to reduce the color temperature, and I simply try it here. The image gets a little bit less red and warm with every click. I think I'm near that point. Well, this was too much. It's always easier to go to too much and change it from there. This is it. Let's keep it there. And now for the exposure. If you look here, there is still the overexposure warning. I just click on it here. This is still overexposed. I don't want any overexposure there, and so I go down with my exposure. Well, a little bit of overexposure maybe in order. Let me go. Let's do this with a curve. Here is the curve. I want to have less in the top area and a little bit more in the bottom area. So I think this is okay here. Now I click on Save here, and this is the output. You see here reasonably well exposed chain of lanterns here, Christmas decoration, and the double images here from the from the camera shake are still visible. Let's look at the color temperature. I think I'm talking about a bit weird here. Let's see if we can do this a little bit greener. Or in the other direction. Nothing beats twisting the knobs here, and just that's the way to get ideas. You can always click on here on reset and or go back to camera white balance and have the old effect. Let's do this a little bit greener. Come on. Okay. Of course, I have to increase the green component. And if I go here, perhaps this is the night scope effect is more here now. Looks like a painting, doesn't it? Well, and now let's look at the exposure. Perhaps I should raise the exposure and go back a little bit in the curve here. Ah, that's it. This is definitely creepy. Let me show you the part of the image you can see now. Here, there's something like a palm here or so. Well, it gets creepy. And perhaps I should do another exposure where this is a bit more prominent. And you see here, we are definitely in the noise area. We're getting the last information out of the image. And well, let's look what's in there. Okay, here you see a fence you haven't seen before here. Information in there that hasn't been visible. So I'm just now saving this here. Now I've got this image, I rename it. And do the same thing again. I think this is it. And again, saving. Now I'm opening the three images. This is my base image, just pulling it over into the workbench here of GIMP. And now by just pulling the second one and the third one over into the image, I just open them as layers here. You see it here? I have these three layers in the image now. I fit the image into the screen here, and you have seen it here. Shift, Control, or Control, Shift, and E fits the image into the screen. I have said that a lot of times, I think. And now let's look at this image here. This is the part, the most tweaked part with good exposure here. This is overdone, I think. This is better in the colors. Perhaps we don't need the third part. This one, well, perhaps for here. Or perhaps I'll get the structure of this one and the color from this one. let me see later. And now this is the original with this decoration, Christmas decoration here. So first let's think about a crop, a possible crop. The main area well, let's talk about the stuff that has to go, and that is definitely here this bright area and this fence here, and so I think I should crop here or somewhere here. And then the next thing, oh no, before I crop I have to do something else. This image isn't level, and I have to think about, do I want to have it level, or do I want to have it in a skewed way, like it has been shot by accident or while running or so. And well, let's look at that. Yeah, I just go into 100%. Oh yeah, you see here the noises in the image. It is great. And let's look here at this. This here should be vertical, and it isn't, definitely isn't. But what? Well, I just try it and look at the image later on. So for rotating an image with several layers, you have to lock the layers into each other just by clicking on this here. And now I can rotate the image with the rotate tool. Let me do it here. This vertical or this vertical. Well, let's try this here. I choose the rotate tool, click into the image. Well, I forgot to do something here, setting the options. I had used other options. I use corrective, I use cubic, and I use here the grid as a preview. And now I click into the image. Here's my rotate window, but more important, much more important, is the grid. Now I align the grid with these structures that I assume are vertical. Let's try this here. It's rotating. Of course it needs tries, threefold. It takes 3 times the time, because each layer has to be rotated. Okay, here it is. Let's look at the whole image. Shift Control E again, and well, I don't think it's worth the effort. I think it's better unrotated. So just Control and Z, wrong key, and now we are back unrotated. It looks better this way. Okay, back to cropping. You see, I haven't done this before. You're live on the scene here, and well, let's look how this turns out. Okay, just this has to go, definitely, but I want to keep this here, and perhaps this too. This can stay in the image. And on the other side, I think this stuff has to go. And so you have here 2 parts in the image. One this here, the hedge, and then this here, and no other stuff coming in between. And this, I think this can survive in the image, but we have to look at the aspect ratio now. I'm using the crop tool. Everything okay there, and I'm just trying a crop here now. Perhaps I should go a little bit up here and a bit down, so this stuff here is lost. This is definitely a case for just for taste. No rules here. I have these rules of third lines on, but well, not so important with this image. I want to keep the sky in here, definitely. But this looks a bit better here. Here I have cut out this bright light bulb here. This is a bright area. I keep that in, or should I go up to here? Well, we could make it square. We could make it square. Just here, 40. Move this a bit over here. I think this is it. Just clicking into the image and I have my crop. So let's look at the three components. This one, and this one. And now I want to have this here as the base of my image, and for the lower part I want to have a mix of this one here and this. And so I have first to isolate in the background image here, in this one, I have to isolate the lights from the background, and this is done by giving it a layer mask, and first by getting this up above this here, because I want to have this as the base of the image. So I just click on the layer and raise the layer in the image stack. Now I add a layer mask and I use the grayscale copy of the layer. You see here, I have nearly succeeded. Well, but if I look at this here, perhaps I should forget about this layer. Let's look. Let's just work on the layer mask with the curves tool. You see the layer mask here, everything that is black has vanished from this image, and everything that is not black is in the image here a bit. And if you look at the curves here, you see the curve is of course very far on the dark side, and if I increase this here, you see the back picture is coming more and more into the image. And well, I think I forget about this image there. Just let's cancel this and look at this one here. Well, it's definitely better this way than okay, get rid of the layer mask, disable it, Now you see here the red square around it. It's a disabled layer mask. I think this isn't really creepy enough for this image. Yeah, this is better. So for the time now, I will not think about this one here. But now for including this one here into the image, I want to have these structures in and to get rid of these other structures there. So I again add a layer mask. I have to rumble a bit on my desk. I again add a layer mask, but this time I take a black layer mask which hides the image completely. And now I get a white pen, a white paintbrush, and a big, well, it's the biggest already, a big circle here, paintbrush, and I change my color to white. And now I'm just checking, okay, the square here around the layer mask is white. I'm working on the layer mask. Now I'm working on the image. Now I'm working on the layer mask. Now I start to paint this here a bit white. Well, I should go back a bit. And this was too much. Ctrl Z goes back and Ctrl Y goes back again. So I go down with the opacity of my brush to, let's say, 30%, and now I'm painting, well, checking, yes, now I'm painting here and getting this a little bit more prominent. Forget the change in color, I'll see to that in a minute. By changing the layer mode to value, I can take the color information from the bottom layer and the value from this here. And this looks horrible now, but perhaps I can do a little bit about it. Filters and then blur, Gaussian blur. Go over here and do a real good blur about it. Well, that's better. It looks like a searchlight or so. And now I go down with the opacity a bit of this. Okay. Now I can, I'm somewhere else where I had thought I would end. I thought I would end with a normal picture here in the bottom part and then something creepy above it, but I think this way it fits better. I could think about getting the sky dark here, but well, I think it isn't. It's better this way here. I don't know if this has really been worth the effort, but I can think if I just show you this here with 100%, if you look at this here and imagine a really big print of this, it has a quality in it. There's something in it. And I think it shows that you don't even need a very good image to start with. Sometimes a mishap, a shot that hasn't worked out, can have really great results. This here, for example, that's great. It looks like a painting and is well, just an accident. If you wish to comment on this, or if you want to see the link to Stuart's webpage, go to meetthegimp.org. Today I have just posted, I'm recording this on Sunday, today I have just posted an article about cyan, magenta, yellow and key. Key is black, the colors you need for printing, and there's a discussion starting about that. There's no support for this in GIMP, and if you want to participate, definitely join us there. Another thing where you can participate is our black and white or monochrome challenge. Again, new images there. And what for images? I haven't seen. This was the last one I have seen. This. Wow. Very strange. Wow, well, nice. Just a preview here. Go to the last shows, the monochrome shows, and have a look at this challenge. You can win a 1-year membership at 23. The image hoster here, but I think the most thing is being really in the competition or in the challenge here, doing it, showing you images, getting some work, some comments. Oh, this is great too. Yeah, and this is my friend Jyoti. Oh, well done, Jyoti. Okay, and with this I say goodbye. Oh no, is there somebody outside who's really well speaking WordPress? I'm thinking about a redesign of my webpage and could need a little bit of help with my style sheet. Something I don't really understand. So if you are fluent in WordPress or CSS, just drop me a mail at info@meetthegimp.org. And with this I say goodbye, up to next week.
Photocastnetwork.com, your photography resource in the potosphere. Photocastnetwork.com